It's another edition of the Agents of Inclusion podcast brought to you by Special Olympics and Odyssey. I'm JR of the JR Sport Brief Show on CBS Sports Radio. And the purpose of this podcast is to inspire and encourage everyone to open up and be more inclusive. Not just for you, but others as well. We have new episodes that drop every Wednesday. And if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and do it now while you're listening. And for this episode, we're making a stop in Frederick, Maryland, right outside of Baltimore and DC. We're going to be speaking with my main man, Adam Hayes. Adam works for Special Olympics Maryland in their digital department, but started off as an athlete in a multitude of sports. He's been to Europe as a torchbearer, and if you're in Maryland, you might have seen him riding through your town as he's a very active bike rider. Let's hear from Adam about his life, his work, and how he's not letting anything stop him. And once you hear his story, you will understand why. That's right. It's time for another edition of the Agents of Inclusion podcast. And as I mentioned right now, we are being joined by Special Olympics athlete and also employee coming out of Frederick, Maryland. It's my main man, Adam Hayes. Adam, how are you?
Doing great, JR. Thanks for letting me be on.
No problem. We first met last year during the Media for the Movement tour, a stop at the University of Maryland. As a part of that, you did a great presentation to some students about health. And I want people to learn more about you, your cycling, all the work you do for SO. So we got a lot to discuss. First of all, first question, I should say, what and who got you involved in Special Olympics? How long have you been participating in the organization?
So I've been involved in Special Olympics for about 28 years now, since 1995, and I got involved with Special Olympics through some of my classmates when I was in middle school. That when I was part of another program for people with intellectual disabilities through baseball, and I joined with my first sport being soccer, and that's what opened all of Special Olympics up for me. And now I'm doing all these different great sports that I love.
That's cool, man. And we're going to get into, I think, what is probably your main sport. I mean, since we met last year, we have each other's information. I know we text to talk, message each other every now and then. We're going to get into your cycling. You go all over the place, especially in Maryland. What are
Absolutely.
some of these other sports besides soccer that you participate in? I know you got a lot of medals, my man.
So soccer, cycling, basketball, alpine skiing, swimming, and tennis. Yep.
What don't you do, man? Is there a sport that you haven't tried or participated in? What do you want to try to do?
Well, one of the sports that I'd love to try to do is the mini tri, or those fast triathlons, because that combines all three of the sports I basically already do, and I know that Special Olympics has that, and that would be cool to kind of combine all three of those. And
That's awesome, man. Well,
yeah.
not only are you an athlete and participate in Special Olympics where you have so many medals, and I want to spend more time on your experiences there. What do you currently do for Special Olympics? Because down in Maryland, you actually work for the organization, don't you?
Right. So I am a digital media and multimedia coordinator for Special Olympics Maryland, where I've been working for them since 2007, and I've been and I our um, create a lot of the online content with the videos. I help with social media, and I also do a lot of athlete leadership stuff. Part of my job, since I'm an athlete leader myself, to help identify and recruit new athletes into our athlete leadership programs.
That's cool. So not only are you a participant, you're also participating in spreading the word. For anyone who isn't familiar with athlete leadership, what does that mean exactly? Someone who's in that role, what do they do?
So, athlete leadership is where athletes or special Olympics athletes get to learn how to tell their story through different ways and help lead the way in our organization in all different roles, whether it's being a public speaker, uh, being doing video like I like to do, or being a board member, uh, all different types of roles, even coaches or referees.
I hear that. Well, tell us a little bit about your own story. You have, and this is what I love about you. You haven't let anything that's ever happened to you deter you from going out and living your life and being a positive contributor to society. Tell us about your own story.
So I was born. I'm 38 years old, and I was born with a condition known as hydrocephalus, or water on the brain. Uh, and um, I've had 36 major brain surgeries since birth due to that. Um, and I had been I've grown up here in Frederick, Maryland, for a majority of my life. Originally from Baltimore, but I've been um, all throughout my life. I've dealt around with my intellectual disability, but hasn't stopped me because I've gotten to do a lot of incredible stuff from graduating high school, graduating with my associate's degree in visual communications, doing the video and social media stuff. Uh, I uh, I went got my Eagle Scout and Boy Scouts, uh, and I drive and own my own car, and I live in my own apartment. So I do a lot of different really cool things. I've not let my intellectual disability define me. I'm and today uh, I've just get to help spread the word of Special Olympics through all that I love to do. I've even gotten to go to a lot of amazing events from uh, from state to national, even international levels. From getting to go to the USA Games and get to you might see over my shoulder two gold medals from our 2014 USA Games to the World Games in Athens, Greece, as a torchbearer. So I've
Wow.
gotten to do so many cool things.
Now that's a lot of cool
Yeah,
things. I want to
yeah,
I'm going to ask you about that trip to Greece. I haven't
yeah.
even been to Greece. What message would you have to folks, even listening to your story, how you haven't let it stop you from going out and doing anything? What message would you share to folks who might feel, kind of hesitant or scared or afraid of just venturing outside and being amazing? What message of encouragement would you share?
Don't let your if you have a disability or not, just don't let anything stand in your way. Don't I don't let my intellectual disability define me. I always want people to know that your whether you have an intellectual disability or not, that we may be different, but we all are the same and are in wanting to achieve and live together as um, as as a society, and that's all people with intellectual disabilities want, and that's what everybody should just include. in all different ways.
You hit the nail on the head. Live together. I mean, we're all on this third rock from the sun, floating around together. At minimum, we should be able to try to get along and get along together. I appreciate you sharing those words. Now let's get back to Greece here, man. You went to Greece and did what? Explain to us about the torch run, and you had the torch. Tell us about this.
So I was one of 10 athletes from across the globe in 2011 to be selected to carry the flame of hope, um, which embodies the spirit and all of Special Olympics. And it, I got to run with 100 police officers throughout the world as we started from the top of the Acropolis in Athens, Greece, and ran in 3 different groups throughout Cyprus, Crete, and all the Greek islands. At least that's what my route did, and we all went throughout Greece, and I got to speak at all these different locations, and getting people excited for the World Games. And I ran, I'm guessing, about 60 to 70 miles throughout those 3 weeks that I was there, and just getting people pumped for the World Games. So yeah,
That's a pretty cool experience, especially when
yeah,
you think about just the modern Olympics originating out in Greece. And you said you did about 60 to 70 miles with the torch on foot, right?
right, yeah. No, it was. Um, I um, we ran probably about 3 to 5 miles, about several times a day, and I spoke every time I went out there. I bought a book that that kind of showed me the basics of Greek language, and I actually incorporated that into my speech, like "Yasas," hello, or "Efristo," thank you very much. I just incorporated some of that language to kind of show that I was excited to be there, and I wanted to get everybody pumped.
Hey, Adam, I didn't expect for me and everybody listening to learn a couple of words of Greek. Tell me again, how do I say hello to somebody?
Uh, Yasas.
Yasas.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna try that. And how do I say goodbye?
Uh, I think that's no. I don't remember right now, but
It's
those
okay.
those those two things that I remember putting those in my speech, and I still remember those two
Hey,
in my days.
not a bad deal. You know much more than I do. I just know yasas. I know how to say hello now. I don't
Yeah.
maybe I don't leave. I don't know how to say
Right.
goodbye. But for all that running you did, and that's an amazing experience going through the Greek islands and in 2011. When we met and spoke last year, you told me about your cycling. You are on your bike through metropolitan Baltimore, Frederick, Maryland, two to
Yep.
three times a week. You are clocking major miles. How much cycling do you do?
I get in about 1,500 miles a year on my bike. Uh, that's about 20 miles, about 3 to 4 times a week, and well, during the colder times, about several hours on the bike trainer in my apartment. But most of the time, it's just exploring all throughout my area, going up in the mountains, about 1,500 feet up in the elevation, and just riding all around in around my town. I usually like to have a good 20-30 mile route that I do that loops all around my city.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I get on a stationary bike maybe once or twice a week. and maybe I max out at 2 miles. So you're putting me to shame. I got to do better. What prompted you, or what got you in love with bike riding? What was the introduction there?
So my introduction, well, I already learned how to ride my bike when I was 6 from my dad. But what really got me into bike riding was my younger brother Kevin. He is a huge cyclist himself. You think I do a lot? He does a huge amount. He's got like 10 different bikes for different uses. Uh,
Wow,
but
that's a lot.
but he got me into it, and he um, um, and I started out with a mountain bike. Then I went into a hybrid bike, and now I have a road bike. And in 2007, I found out that we have a cycling program in Special Olympics, Maryland, and I said I wanted to try that. And ever since then, I've been competing every year in cycling, doing 5K, 10K, and 15K road races.
I love it, man. I have to up my cycling game. I don't know if my knees will let me do it, but I'm gonna go ahead and try.
The most in one uh, bout that I've ever done is about 65 miles from Fairmont, Maryland, up above Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and back in about 4.5 hours, and that's usually about 3,000 feet of elevation, maybe more, and it's uh, and I want to eventually do a full 100-mile century. That's like a big goal of mine to do eventually.
Hey, that you say it so casually. That's so cool that you do that. After a couple of miles, they be scraping me off the side of the road, man. Kudos to you. I'll
Thank
cheer you. I'll cheer you on, but I don't know if I'll be able to ride with you, Adam.
Maybe on the most we do have like a flat century that you could do, so never say never.
Hey, you know what? If you have, you know how you get on the motorcycles and they have the little buckets on the side.
Yep.
Maybe I just sit in a bucket while you do the cycling, and I just hand you water and snacks or something like that. That'll be the best bet there. But it's cool that your brother helped influence that. And I know you and your brother are all about the wheels, all about cycling. And your dad,
Yep.
he's the opposite. He's up in the air, isn't he?
Right. Yeah. My dad's a pilot. He's been flying since well before I was born. He got his pilot's license when he was 16, and he's owned several airplanes throughout his life. And I love getting to go up in the air with him, and not only just seeing what's going on down below, uh, but um, getting to fly to different places locally to grab lunch, or just see the be up in the air. And I mean, I mean, I have my pilot's license, but I know enough how to fly the airplane uh, if there ever were an emergency. So it's a lot of fun.
Wait a minute. So you could kind of man an airplane if necessary.
If necessary. I know enough to do to land and all that stuff. It's um, thanks to being around all the flying stuff my entire life. It's a lot of fun to be up in the air with them.
I'm sure it's up in the air. You're used to being on the ground. You're
Yeah.
on your bike. You're going through the mountains. When you're in an airplane, it can be a relaxing type of feeling.
Yep.
What do you think about? Do you have like a different perspective on life or everything going down below when you're up in the air?
Well, it's always just really cool seeing all the cars and you can't really see the people because you're so high up, but it's like, wow, we're in a different environment, and we're just getting to see the clouds below, see all the land looks totally different when you're way up there, and you just feel free. And I know that's how my dad always feels when he's up in the air, and I really love getting to spend time, whether it's on the ground or in the air, doing these cool things.
That's pretty awesome. That's cool to share those experiences with your pop, man. Whether you're on the ground, whether you're in the air, when you're doing the great work that you do for Special Olympics, videographer, digital media, etc. When it's time to relax and chill out, what are you watching? What are you listening to? How you kind of just get yourself at ease?
So when I'm out, uh, when I'm just chilling out, I love just hanging here, playing my video games, watching my favorite shows like The Flash, or anything on Disney Plus. You know, I love all the uh, all the Marvel related stuff. So uh, I'm watching all of that on Disney Plus. We're going to movie theaters, getting the bigger screen experience because it's always cool getting to watch those first on the big screen, especially because of my love of movies and stuff. And, or and usually I'm either doing that or taking long walks, like 2 to 5 miles, or hanging out with my friends. You know, my life is just pretty chill, but not very much because I'm always involved with my Special Olympic stuff.
That's cool, man. I love
Yeah.
how you keep so busy. I got to point this out though. You mentioned The Flash, and then you also mentioned Marvel.
Yep.
Are you a DC guy or are you a Marvel guy? Like, if you had to choose one, which one would it be?
Well, I mean, I love the Flash just because he's the fastest man alive on the DC side, but I'm all for Marvel just because I love all the story aspects of all the different characters, and I've followed that since they started all the movies back in the late 2000s, early 2010s. I've followed everything, and now that it's on Disney Plus, I can watch it all in order or in story order. You know, uh, uh, it's just a lot of fun to escape and watch your favorite characters in all these different stories.
Listen, I haven't seen a Marvel movie in about 20 years. I got some major catching up to do. I may have
You
to
have a
call
lot.
you up and I do. I may have to call you up and get some cliff notes, okay? Just be
Yeah.
prepared for that.
Yep. Yep.
It's so awesome, Adam, to talk with you and to learn about everything that you've done, everything that you've worked on, that you've accomplished, your hobbies. It's an inspiration to just know that you're not letting anything stop you, man. It makes me happy even to think about it. And I got to get up to Maryland, and I don't know if we got to check out a Marvel movie. I'm way behind, or whether I get on a bike. But when I get back to Maryland, we gonna hang out, man. Deal?
That would be awesome, man.
I appreciate that. I appreciate your time, even in doing this. Give the people one more message on inclusivity, why it's important.
So we're right now in the inclusion revolution, like we like to say. But just I want to encourage everyone to get out there and join in the fun that Special Olympics is in your area, and play alongside my fellow athletes because you'll learn just like today that we have a lot of the same interests, and what we look like, what we sound like. That's only some small in the largeness of what you can see that we strive to be, which is like everyone else and what we love to do. So get out, just get out there and remember to include us in all your activities. We want to be there.
We are so much more alike than we are different. And a lot of times all it takes is just a conversation. It's really that simple a lot of times. Just a
Right.
conversation. Hey Adam, I appreciate you, my man.
Thanks a lot, JR. This was awesome.
As always, I look forward to getting up to Maryland. And I don't know, we may have to get on a bike, a plane, an automobile, a train. We gonna make it happen.
That'd be awesome.
Shout out to my guy, Adam Hayes. Does anyone really have any excuses after hearing that? And on a separate note, I need to get my bike. Thank you, Adam, for the background on yourself and for the inspiration. I can't wait to get up in a plane with him. And so please, whether it's volunteering, playing, or just encouraging, go to specialolympics.org to find a local event or program near you. Events are year-round all over the world. That means wherever you live too. I'm JR from CBS Sports Radio. I need to start bike riding. And this is Agents of Inclusion, the podcast brought to you by Special Olympics and Odyssey. New episodes drop every Wednesday, but don't just subscribe, embrace others, and be inclusive.